What's up, comic fans? It is new comic book day haul time. We're going to go through some of the books that I picked up that were new this week, plus some other pickups that I just got while I was in the shop. We also got a package. This is a book that came out yesterday, and somehow I got it today, like a day late. So I'm filming this day after New Comic Book Day, so that's some really good shipping right there. Alright guys, stay tuned. We're going to get into the books right after this. Welcome back. We're going to start off with some pickups this week. I didn't really get anything too old. These are all from like the last couple of weeks. But we got a Berserker Number One. I believe this is the 4th printing cover. So we got one of those. We also got Joker Number 2, 2nd print, with Bane's daughter on the cover. Cool. I think her name's Vengeance. We got Joker Number 3, the card variant. And then we got Batman 108 with the first appearance of Miracle Molly. So those were some regular pickups from the week. Alright, now let's get into the Marvel books. I haven't read this yet, but this is Black Panther number 25. This is the last Ta-Nehisi Coates issue, and also I think the last issue in this series. This is the Peach Momoko Fine Arts variant. And this is pretty cool. I've been touting this book as a book that this art you would hang on your wall. Like, this is some really nice art. I haven't read it yet, but I picked this up in the mail too. I also have the Patrick Gleason, kind of like the Webhead variant cover coming. But yeah, this is a really nice Peach Momoko cover. Regardless of what you have to say about Peach, I think that is a excellent pickup cover-wise. Next up, we've got Black Widow number 7. This is a really good read. This is Kelly Thompson writing it. Jordi Belair, I think, is doing colors, and I forget the artist. Casagrande is the artist. Just a really good book. Starts a new arc in the Black Widow series, and there's a new villain in this one, Apogee, and there's a new girl they're working with who is like part of Apogee's like gang, and she has like some superpowers and stuff. So that's cool. Be right back. I'm back. All right. So next up, we're gonna hit up DC. Got a couple of DC books this week. First up, we got Mr. Miracle. Love-hate on Mr. Miracle. I'm not exactly sure I'm in love with the character, Mr. Miracle, but I like what's going on in the book. This is a really dope cover by Paquette, Dan Paquette, who's a really cool guy. Met him once at a con. Yeah, I don't know. Love-hate. So if you're looking for a book, he's got the control of the mother box. And so, you know, he's got some of the powers, kind of works with them, kind of like an AI type deal. Yeah, there's some cool things, there's some not so cool things. What I will say is the way it ended made me want to read issue 2. So we'll probably at least get issue 2 of Mr. Miracle. Next up, we've got Milestone Returns 0. I believe this is issue 0 or Infinite Edition 0. Again, another love-hate book. Some cool art, some cool stories, and then I think the art overall is pretty good throughout the series, but some of the writing could use some help. A lot of big names on this one too. I think Percy Benjamin's in here. Bill Sienkiewicz, Jim Lee all worked on this book. Yeah, love-hate, but they're bringing back these Milestone characters, and so you got like Static X. And who else is here? Icon. A couple of other characters. I forget their names right now. But yeah, it was a decent read. But like I said, love-hate. You may love it, you may hate it, but it's reintroducing a whole new universe, or the return of a universe back into the DC fold. So definitely a book worth picking up just for some reintroductions and some new characters. All right. We got Batman Detective 1036, written by Mariko Tamaki. And Dan Mora is doing the art. I really like this. I really like Detective. I've always liked Batman more than Detective, and now they're kind of on like even playing fields. I'm really enjoying both books. Have no hate for either one. I really think both are done really well, but I think Mariko Tamaki is doing an excellent job on this Batman title. And in case you didn't know, she is the first female writer to write a Batman, ongoing Batman series. So really cool. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's continuing on with, I don't want to give away too much in case you haven't started reading it, but basically someone's killed, Batman's kind of framed for it, and there's a Miss Clayface in here. So you can only imagine how that's working out in the story, where the story's going. Huntress makes an appearance in there. As you saw, she was on the cover. I really like Batman Detective. The art is awesome, and the writing is done really well. I think it's aces. All right, last up from DC, we got Strange Adventures number 10. This is the saga of Adam Strange, and oh boy, did this issue reveal a lot of stuff. There's only 2 more issues left of this. Elena Strange has been seen as like a pretty big villain in this book, and here it looks like she's almost like this. Kind of changes things. It looks like she's the one kind of getting played in this book, and we got to see what the consequences are going to be of that. But it looks like Adam Strange is not who we thought he was or is. I mean, he's doing things for a particular reason, but it looks like his he did a very bad thing. And you know, he's being tried for war crimes, and this is beyond the war crimes. Like, this is something that's so anyway, if you haven't been reading this, I mean, it's on issue 10, so I think they did a midway trade, not sure, but if you can, I guess wait for the whole trade to come out or get the first couple issues. But this is definitely worth reading. Tom King does an amazing job with like C-list heroes, and I use that word freely with Adam Strange. Now this is DC Black Label, so it's not going to be in the main continuity, but Tom King is telling an amazing story there. All right, we're going to the indies, and we're going to start off with an Image book. We got Philadelphia number 13. This is the David Mack cover. So I saw this cover and I was like, yes, I have to have this. I have to have this David Mack cover. But Philadelphia is here. It is back. It is returned. It is still as awesome as it was before it left. Rodney Barnes is writing this. Jason Sean Alexander is doing the art. He did Spawn for a while. Rodney Barnes does some television stuff. Man, this is a good book. I like where it's going. I don't know if you know, John Quincy Adams, I guess, was one of the main villains in this book. There's an introduction of a new president in this book. It's about vampires, if you guys haven't read it, and a lot of it happens in Philadelphia, hence the name Philadelphia. So, oh boy, without giving out too much information, the art is still really good for this series, and the writing is spectacular. I would definitely pick up Philadelphia. It's starting a new arc, so you might be a little lost as to what's going on if you didn't read the first like 12 issues, but you won't be too far behind when you get to that, okay? Next up from Image, we have Spawn number 318. I've really been liking Spawn the last 5 issues or so. It looks like the writing has picked up a lot. This is the A cover. It's really gory. There is a B and a C cover. Both of them actually I think were better than this one. I think I just got this one because of the gore. Just exceptionally gory. There's a Todd McFarlane cover out there, which is it's a nice one too. It's like Spawn with his cape and stuff. But this is setting up the Spawn universe that's coming out with all different artists working on the books, writers, artists, you know, creating this Spawn universe that's gonna, you know, branch out into a couple of other series. Like I said, the writing has actually gotten better. The art's really good. There's a little bit of mystery happening in this book. It's only $2.99. At $2.99, you can't beat that price. And yeah, it's if you like Spawn, it is good. It is good Spawn right now. We're having some good Spawn. All right, is Spawn the best comic book out there? Hell no. But if you're a Spawn fan, we've got some good Spawn action happening. So look out for that if you want to get it. There are a lot of different Spawns appearing in this, right? So we got like She-Spawn, we've got Medieval Spawn, obviously there's Al Simmons, regular Spawn in there. So there are a lot of different Spawns. Omega Spawn, the dude's big. All right, we're moving on to Department of Truth, issue number 9. This is the C cover. And you know what? I forget who did this cover. Which is a shame because I really like this cover. So that's why I got this one. This is a cover by. And you got the Starman, who made his first appearance in issue 2. You've got the Lady in Red. She's been here since issue 1. And you know, basically, we're finding out there's like a lot of exposition in this one, right? So we're finding out about they're talking about magic in this one and how magic, you know, influences society and such. But by the end of it, you know, the crux of it is they're trying to figure out, you know, who this chick is, who this lady is, who's kind of running things in the moment. Yeah, but it's a really good book. Really good book. Not my favorite in the entirety of this series, but it's still a really good book. It has a lot of words, and I didn't want to just, like, you know, throw it down and stop reading it. So that's a plus. All right, next up, we've got from IDW. Got The Last Ronin. This is issue 3. As you see, they still don't make a bag and board that fits this. But guys, there is an easy fix for this if you want to do it. What you do is you take this comic, right, and you figure out a line on the board where you want the board. How much of the board do you want to cover the back? Do you want, you know, just a little bit extra? Just cut a line. Take a knife, cut the board. Not in the bag. Take the board out. Cut the board. After you cut your board, you can slide it back in. Then what you do is you simply fold the side of this bag over, right, this side, whoosh, right, and you're just gonna put a little tape right there. And then you can just flap this part over here, and you put a little tape right there. After you cut your board, you know, put your board back inside the bag. So guys, that is a quick hack for you to do it. I would do it right now for you on camera, but we got to keep the ball rolling, and we got to get through this, showing these books off. So right, we get the background story of what happens to Leonardo and Casey Jones in this. Also, there's now a lockdown in New York as the Orokusaki clan and the foot soldiers have locked everything down. There's just a lot happening in this book. A lot of backstory still. So I really enjoyed it. It's another entry into the series. Baxter Stockman is in there. We can see some Mausers for you old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans. So it's a good book. It's a fun book to read if you were, you know, if you grew up in the 90s with the Ninja Turtles. At the same time, it's also a sad book to read because you realize in like a lot of the stuff that's happening in there. If you don't know by now, but we're on issue 3. Michelangelo is the only surviving turtle. Spoiler, sorry. But we're on issue 3, guys. So by now, hopefully you've at least heard about that book. Last but not least, we have Something is Killing the Children, number 16, coming back with Erica Slaughter's origin story. This is part 1 of that story. I like it. What can I say? James Tynion, Werther Dell'Edra, doing an excellent job with this book. With that being said, what did I do? What did I do? I went and I got me the 1 per store variant. Yeah. So this may be, you know, of all the issues that came out in stores, this may be one of the rare ones. So that's awesome. But this book was super printed. Like, it is the most printed. If you take all the number 1s that they printed of Something is Killing the Children, added them together, that's like 1 through the 8th print. They still printed more issues of number 16. So there are a ton of those issues out there. And so that is what makes that book not that special, I guess, because you can just readily get it, but it is super good to read. It's super fun to read. So What I'm saying to you guys, it's available out there, so don't go paying $10 for something that's killing the children number 16, unless you're getting some kind of ratio variant, 1 in 10 or something. Because covers A and B are readily available, and you shouldn't be paying extra money for that book. Now, with that said, I read it. I really enjoyed it. It goes back in time. It is showing us how Erica Slaughter, got into the house, how she became one of these like monster hunters, and it's just a really good read. All right, and if you haven't been reading Something is Killing the Children, this might be a good time to jump on without having to get those back issues. I mean, you can still get the trade, but if you're like issue person, it's going to cost you a lot of money to get into the series. So if you just jump on now, you really don't need to know what the last arc was. I mean, granted, it is what started all the hype, but this is going to bring you back in time. You're going to be introduced to Erica Slaughter, and then at some point, you can catch up with where she was when the series started, right? Because this is in the past, and where the first arc started was in the future or present times. But kind of like watching Star Wars. A lot of people watched episodes 3, 4, and 5 before they saw 1, 2, and 3. So that's what I'm kind of saying. All right, so here's the purchase I made online. This is from Dagnet's Comics on Facebook. I think this is the second time I bought from them. And here it is. So we're just gonna open it up, and what we got here are books that came out this week. So this is nothing too far back in the past. This is all stuff that came out this week. But what we do have is we have, again, another one of those Something is Killing the Children A covers, right? And then we got the B cover. That's the Jenny Frizen. Loving it. Loving the Jenny Frizen. And that's a throwback to that B cover on number one that popped. And then there was a exclusive too, like a 2 per store or something. And that one's even worth more money. We've got the 1 in 10, Something's Killing the Children, number 16. And as I say, like, guys, it's the most printed book ever. Don't even spec on it. I went out and spec'd on it, because then I got me the 1 in 50. So, I mean, all said and done, I went a little ham on number 16, right? So we got the A cover, and then what is the virgin variant of the A cover, which is the 1 per store. We've got the 1 in 10, boosh. And then we've got the B cover. That's the B cover. And then we got the 1 in 50, Jenny Frizen. All right. Those were my pickups. That's my haul for this week. Comic fans, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and leave a comment down below. I want to hear from every single one of you. Continue to do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to continue to enjoy these books. I'm going to read that Black Panther number 25. Peace. Spartan!